Hey guys, it's Christelle here, and I am so glad to be with you today and to be talking about obviously essential oils and just sharing essential oils with other people and not making it weird, because you don't want to be that weird oil crazy lady that some people are. Just they can see you coming a mile away, right? So whether you just started or you've been using oils for a while, I just want to talk to you about how to share, even though you might be a little nervous or you really don't know how to approach this subject. But I just want to give you a couple scenarios and let you know how easy this could be, okay? So think of a couple examples with me. All right, let's say that you're at your house and you have a friend come over, and that friend is visibly parched and says to you, "Oh my gosh, I just wish I had something. My throat's kind of scratchy and I wish I had something to quench this thirst." And you're just sitting there talking away and having your little date with them, and you don't offer them any water. Okay, that would be really weird if you didn't say, "You know what, I've got this water over here, and I think this water might actually help you." So that would be strange, right? Okay, so just table that for 1 second. Well, then I want you to imagine you're at the playground with your kids, and there's a kid that gets hurt. That happens all the time. They get scraped up or they fall off the jungle gym and they fall down and they get a little scraped up. And there you were with your first aid kit because you're prepared and you've got little Band-Aids. And there's some mom looking around like, "Oh my gosh, I totally need help." What would you do? Wouldn't you naturally say, like, "Hey, I've got a Band-Aid. Do you need a Band-Aid, or do you need some ointment, or do you need..." You would do that, right? So I was talking to my brother-in-law today, and he was telling me how he went to Disneyland and how his 5-year-old, just after a really rough day of rides and snacks and things that he wasn't used to, just threw up everywhere in front of the monorail. And he said that in a matter of 30 seconds, 5 moms jumped to his rescue, and even some dads. I mean, the dads felt really sorry for him, right? But the moms jumped in with baby wipes and all kinds of help. And one mom even came to him and said, "I have some children's antacid type stuff, so do you want this?" And of course, my brother-in-law is like, "Oh my gosh, just give me what you can get," right? And they're saying, "I feel you, bro. I feel you." But that's not weird. So the last scenario I want you to think about is you're at a restaurant, and it's this new restaurant in town. You're there with your friend, you're there with your spouse, you're there with whoever, right? This is the brand new swanky joint, and their food's amazing. Their ambiance is amazing. Their prices are great. Their service was amazing. And when you're done, you're either Yelping or texting or Facebooking. You take pictures of your food, and that feels totally natural for you. That's not weird, right? So here's the thing. Something happens when we are talking about essential oils, and we want to share them with other people, and we get in our heads about, am I selling an oil? Am I saying something that's going to make me money? Okay, get that out of your head and off the table. And as long as you're serving and loving and sharing with other people, and that comes first, then there is absolutely no difference between you sharing your favorite restaurant, a Band-Aid with somebody in need, a baby wipe with a kid who totally needs it because they're covered, or some water with your thirsty friend. There is no difference in that. And I want you to get out of your own head and think about how easy it is to share those really natural things when you found something awesome, and everyone else that you know should have that same option to know that awesome thing and have that choice for their family. So when it comes to essential oils, I just want you to think about this, that someone they might be struggling because of some seasonal threats in the air at the moment. And you can just say, "I noticed you're struggling with seasonal threats," or "You've told me that you haven't slept in weeks," and whatever that thing is, just as a friend, you can say, "Well, hey, I use breathe drops," or "I use lavender," and would you be open? That's the key thing that you want to say is, would you be open to trying something natural? And you can even precede that with these words, "I'm just curious." Because anytime you're just curious, the offense is taken out. No one can be offended by, "Hey, I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Are you open to trying something natural?" So I'm just here to tell you that you're going to learn some awesome things in Sharing 101, and that as long as you're sincere and natural and just sharing your heart and the things that you're doing, no one is ever going to take offense with what you're doing and sharing with them. So what you're going to learn in this camp is just sharing some tips and tricks of what that looks like and how to invite people over to the next step in that conversation, whether that's a class or an oil chat. It does not have to be weird, okay? So just remember, if your friend is thirsting for a glass of water, you're going to offer them a glass of water. If they are thirsting for an oil and they may not even know it, you're going to offer them the solution that you found. All right? So stay tuned. We've got some awesome stuff for you.